Welcome to this little video about the workflow for the workshops in Saudi Arabia. I will walk you through the entire workshop, and to give a little overview of what we're going to look at, we are starting in iTunes U, and then we go from iTunes U to Pages. From Pages we go into Keynote, and then from Keynote we go to Explain Everything, and from Explain Everything we will go to iMovie, and then we will end up back in Pages. And in between all that, we will show a lot of opportunities for using the Apple TV. So let's start. So as said, we will be starting in iTunes U. All the attendees will have an iTunes U course on their iPad. iTunes U course created especially for this event. So start by introducing the iTunes U, telling that this is a way for the teacher to give information to the students, a way for the students to, for the teacher to scaffold that process where students are giving information. Tell them that they can access any kind of files, they can link to the internet, but this is a very easy and flawless way to do that. And all the students will, after a semester or a school year, have all their courses standing on a bookshelf like this. And they can actually access these materials after downloaded first time. They can access that offline, which I mean is a very important thing. But then have a look at the material created especially for this event. We have the Apple Learning Tour Saudi Arabia. Inside that, they will see they have some materials. There will be materials meant for the workshops, but there will also be inspirational materials for them to look at after the event. But first of all, we are going to look at the document created in Pages. And we actually have two documents. But let's start with the first one, because this is about information about what we're going to work with. And we have a little file here, and if you have a look at it, you can see it's actually a Word file. So this gives you the opportunity to tell the attendees that the iPad can work with Office document via Pages or Keynote or Numbers or stuff like that. So let's have a little look at this Word document called Planets. It opens up here, and you can show them that if you tap on the share icon in the upper right corner, they will be able to push this document into Pages, and in Pages we can work with it and we can edit it afterwards. Let the attendees know that this document is for information. This is a little document about planets in general. We're going to work with that later on, but they will always be able to go back to this and have a little knowledge about planets here. So the first part was mostly to set up the idea that we are going to give students information, they're going to access information, and you show them that iTunes U and, for an example, Pages is good tools for that. So after this little short introduction, we are going into the keynote. And we have a pre-built keynote presentation already made here in the iTunes U course. It's called Slideshow for Workshop. And we have also made this one a PowerPoint. So once again, you can show that the iPad can work with the Microsoft Office documents. So the first thing we do here is that we open up the slideshow called The Universe here. When it's downloaded, you can open the course here, and once again, go to the upper right corner and select Keynote. Let the attendees know that Keynote is similar to PowerPoint, but works great with any kind of visual and stuff like that. So let's have a look here. The Universe. All right. And if we open up, and what we are building here is some tasks. So first slide is introduction. Then we have a lot of planets here used for later. And then first task is to write the name of this planet. So you have to show the attendees that if they double tap on the text, they will be able to edit this. So they are of course going to write Saturn here. Yeah. Next slide is insert a picture of Mars. And here you can do either go to the internet and download one, but you can also show the attendees that they can go back to slide number 2, find Mars here, and copy the planet and go in here and paste it like this. And they will show that it actually can be moved in many kind of ways. Slide number 3. Animate the appearance of these planets in the right order. So what we're going to show them here is that they tap on Merkur and they're going to animate this. So make them play with this. Make them play with all these opportunities, for an example cube here, and make them play with that. So they bring in the 3 planets in the right order. The most important thing here in this part is that you give the attendees time enough to play with this tool. After creating these animations, you could go to the slides and make a transition between the slides here to make them see that this is also opportunity. And then for the last slide. The last slide is actually meant for creating a little task for the attendees, a task that we could pretend we gave our students. The idea is that now we have been working with gaining information about planets in general, and now they're going to make a little story about, or a little news report about the new discovered planet. So they're going to use knowledge about planets and then talk about what kind of planets is the new discovered one. And for working with that, we're actually going to bring this slide into explain everything.